So I think I'm recording now. What's up, everyone? This is my very first time using Final Cut Pro. Now, okay, here's the thing. I've always been a Premiere Pro user. Basically, I do all kinds of stuff like programming, video editing, photoshopping, and whatever it might be. But I've always used Premiere Pro, and just a couple of months ago, I bought this M1 MacBook Pro, and I heard someone say that Final Cut, I don't know if that's the case with the Premiere Pro, but there have been a lot of reports that if you want to edit videos on Mac, you should definitely use Final Cut Pro, and that's what I decided to do. Maybe why not? So this is my very first time, as I've said, and I've just got used to some of the things that are done in Final Cut Pro as they are in other video editing, video production software. And one of the most common things I usually configure are keyboard shortcuts. If you've been using Premiere Pro, you might be familiar with the ripple delete keyboard shortcuts, like Q cuts the beginning of the video, the beginning part of the video, and W cuts the end of the rest of the video. And that wasn't the case with Final Cut Pro. And what I did was I opened the commands and configured the commands. So the default keyboard shortcuts were square brackets for trimming the beginning of the video, and as you can see, I put mine. And if you want, this is the keyboard that trims the beginning part of the selected video, and the ending square bracket cuts the rest of the video. So I basically wanted them to be the same across every video production software like Premiere Pro, Final Cut, whatever it might be. So I think it's very comfortable and adaptive when, for example, if I want to cut the beginning part of the video where I can see the leaves and how the camera moves towards the top of the part. So if I want to trim the beginning part of the video, instead of trying to learn some new keyboard shortcuts, I might as well use the Q just to cut the beginning part of the video. And what's more interesting, if you notice, watch what happens if I cut the beginning part of the video. Let me click the Q button. As you saw, it did cut the starting part of the video, but more interestingly, it didn't cut the music track that I have at the bottom of the track. Somehow I'm not familiar why it didn't cut the audio track, but let's continue doing this. So maybe I just want to cut this part of the video where the camera starts moving. Alright, so the Q, and this is where I want to cut the end of the video. Now this playhead that you can see here, it's not where the cut will be done. The most important playhead is the red one that you can see that's moving. So what you want to do is put that red playhead to that place where we want the cut to be, and click the W if you use the same keyboard shortcuts as I do. So, and if you can notice on the right top hand corner, we can see some settings like transform, crop, distort, and look at this stabilization. So let's see what happens if I select this video and check this stabilization and see if anything changes. So it's doing some analyzing for let's see what happens. I think it did a pretty great job of stabilizing the video, so let's try one more. Maybe this one. So let's check the mark and see. And I think it takes less than what it would take in Premiere Pro. It's stable and it's optimized for Mac, especially for M1 Max, you know. And over time I think I'll get used to more interesting stuff in Final Cut Pro. I understand that this is just, as I've said, this is literally my first time using Final Cut Pro. I knew I'm going to make this video someday because I've had this MacBook Pro for like a couple of months actually, and I've always been a PC user, and everything that's new to me is kind of interesting actually. So I've also changed the keyboard shortcuts for zooming and zooming out, like the 2 number for zoom in and 1 for zoom out. So let's cut from this part, like right when the camera starts moving. Alright, so let's, I thought that this no, it's actually, this is when I really have to start cutting the part of the video. So I know I'm doing some boring stuff, so that's just what I want to show you guys. If you know, if there's something that you think I need to know, just put in the comment section below so I know it. So if there's something that you can suggest me doing so I can be more productive in Final Cut Pro, I really appreciate that. So anyways guys, thanks for watching this video. Leave a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and stay awesome.